Hello, fellow book readers. 'Tis I, the rumpled one. Things That Matter by Charles Krauthammer. If you've been watching my videos, you probably remember I made about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 videos talking about what matters. You know, and it's just funny. This book came out, I believe it was published in 2013. Yeah. Interesting. Out of all the things, he says the things that matters is politics. And the whole book pretty much explains why. Let me share a few quotes with you. I really like this book. I learned a few things, and in fact it even changed my view on a couple things. Okay, here we go, page 179. There's no greater social power than the power to ration. And other than rationing food, there is no greater instrument of social control than rationing energy, the currency of just about everything one does and uses in an advanced society. Think about it, energy, electricity, oil. Think about it if the government decided to ration that, tell you how much you can consume and when you can consume it. Something to be aware of, and as a prepper, being off grid, that's a goal that a lot of us have, so we're not dependent. And not even that we're not dependent upon somebody else, the fact that we're independent of them. That means if we can generate our own, we are independent of them controlling us. And that's a whole different way and perspective of looking at it. Let's move on to page 253. Okay. Suppose the people of some small American town decided to protest federal government policy by withholding their taxes. The government responded by sending in the army. Unthinkable? Is it? Is that unthinkable? What if the town you lived in decided, you know what, forget you federal government, that all the businesses and all the people got together and said, no, no more, we're not paying. What do you think would happen? Once again, you think the National Guard or the Army or I guess probably Homeland Security and what other, the FBI, maybe Border Patrol, DEA. I'm sure the IRS, since they've been basically militarized, would probably show up, maybe surround the city, gather everybody up, put them on the buses, and take them off to a FEMA camp or federal penitentiary or something. So you see, that's the response our government, or the likely response of our government to people just saying we want to be free. Because that's what it is. And finally, last quote I'd like to share. Page 325. Over the last 30 years, while taxes remained almost fixed, rising from 18.3% to 19.6%, and defense spending declined, domestic entitlements nearly doubled. What created an economy of debt unrivaled in American history is not foreign adventures, but the low tax ideology of the 1980s, coupled with America's insatiable desire for yet higher standards of living without paying any of the cost. I mean, one of the things that you hear about people protesting about is defense spending. But if protecting our country from foreign invaders isn't the most important thing that the federal government can do, then please tell me what it is. I mean, if you really think about it, what's more important than protecting the safety of the citizens of this country from foreign attacks. Now, of course, there are policies and there are waste and policies that I don't personally agree with, and there is waste in military, but there's waste all over in government. We all know that. But to weaken this country, take it from a lesser position, just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, when you've got these runaway dictators who have the capacity and the capability to nuke us, I mean, not being able to defend ourselves and not being able to quash these people before they even get here to attack us, that's just silliness. And that's what's been going on over the past few years with the president that we've had, Obama. He has weakened us. He's basically bringing down America. We were number one. I mean, after the Soviet Union crumbled, we were number one. There was nobody even close. But he wants to weaken us. I mean, speak softly, carry a big stick. Somehow that philosophy got lost. I mean, now, with the people claiming jihad against us, where they can have dirty bombs and biological agents, contaminate our water, disrupt our power supply, and just these small cells. I mean, if we're declaring war, then we really need to take the war to them and not have it on our soil. We need to go find them and snuff them out. I mean, yeah, I know that sounds pretty hawkish, but really, it's either them or us. I mean, some people can't be reasoned with. I mean, their whole meaning for existence is to see us destroyed. It's just that simple. A lot of people go, oh, no, it's more complex than that. No. Every complex problem can be cut down, and you can see the simple components. And when that simple component is the death and destruction of America, there's no question here. So anyway, Charles Krauthammer, Things That Matter. Good book.